The Sabbath predates sin, Jews, and Moses. Prove otherwise. Before there was sin, before there was a Jew, before there was Moses with tablets in hand, there was the Sabbath. Let that thunderous truth shake every pulpit, every mosque, every synagogue, and every skeptic's soul. Before humanity even knew guilt, God had already sanctified a day, not for Israel only, not for a select tribe, not under Mosaic law, but at the dawn of creation itself. Genesis 2:1-3 does not whisper, it roars. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished. And on the seventh day, God ended his work, and he rested. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it. Listen carefully. God didn't bless the first day, the third, or even the sixth when man was made. He blessed the seventh, he sanctified it, meaning he made it holy. This was before Adam sinned, before there was such a thing as a Jew, before Moses was ever born. So tell me, Pastor, why do you call it Jewish? Tell me, priest, why do you say it's abolished? Tell me, Imam, why ignore what your own Quran says about the Sabbath being honored by the people of the book? And skeptic, why do you call it legalism when it was God's first holy act, not man's tradition? Was Adam a Jew? Was Eve under the Mosaic law? When they stood sinless in Eden, was the seventh day not already sacred? And if God sanctified it before sin, why would he later unsanctify it after redemption? The Sabbath is not a Jewish invention. The Jews were given the Sabbath, yes, but it was not created for them. It was entrusted to them like sacred treasure, but its origin reaches back to paradise, not Mount Sinai. Do you dare call God's holy day irrelevant because Moses later received tablets? That's like saying marriage is only for Jews because Adam and Eve were married before Israel existed. Exodus 20:11. The fourth commandment proves this link. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Did you catch it? The reason for Sabbath observance was not tied to Israel's exodus. It pointed all the way back to creation. You say, but we're under grace, not law. And I ask, was Adam under the law when God sanctified the seventh day? No, there was no law because there was no sin. Yet the Sabbath stood, not as a burden, but a blessing. You claim, Jesus is our rest, not a day. And I say, then why did Jesus, the Lord of the Sabbath, keep it himself? Luke 4:16, teach on it, and never once declare it abolished? You preach, the Sabbath was for the Jews. Then explain Isaiah 66:23, where God says, from one Sabbath to another, all flesh shall come to worship before me. Not just Jews, all flesh, in the new earth, in the future. Even then, the Sabbath remains. So let me be clear. If you claim the Sabbath was created at Sinai, you are calling Genesis a lie. If you say it's only for Jews, you are ignoring that it was given to humanity before ethnic lines ever existed. If you argue it was nailed to the cross, you are admitting you do not understand the difference between God's eternal moral law and Moses' temporary ordinances. You want to prove otherwise? Then show me a scripture, just one, that says God unsanctified the seventh day. Show me where God said, the Sabbath is now unholy. You won't find it, because it doesn't exist. The Sabbath predates sin. It predates Jews. It predates Moses. It is God's eternal memorial to creation, and to ignore it is to erase the very beginning of God's holy plan.